Before we get into the show, here's some information about what's happening in Ukraine right now. Up until 30 years ago, Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union, also known as the USSR, which is a socialist state that lasted from 1922 to 1991 and included many countries in Eastern Europe. After a long battle to keep the dream of the USSR alive, the Soviet Union collapsed on December 26, 1991. Russia is still a major force in the area, but many smaller countries broke off and have remained free and independent since then. Some countries like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania joined NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is an alliance formed after World War II between the United States, Canada, France, the UK, Germany, and 25 other European countries. The alliance has helped to maintain relative peace in the area for 70 years, but Ukraine is not a member. They were on the path to join NATO, but had not yet been admitted before the invasion, due to part concerns over the country's readiness and how joining would affect their relationship with Russia. The country has maintained strong ties to other member countries in the meantime. Russia has never given up on the dream of reunifying the former Soviet Union despite those breakaway countries' fight to remain independent. In 2008, they attempted to regain control of Georgia, a small country that broke off in 1991, and in 2014, despite the UN resolution recognizing Crimea as being part of Ukraine, Russia took control of most of the region by force, citing many residents' desires to reunite with Russia. The current president of the Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, has vowed to fight against the incursion and remains in Ukraine alongside his advisors and countrymen. He has come out against Putin's actions and has made videos appealing directly to the people of Russia to condemn Putin's actions. Misinformation coming from Russia's state media is claiming that the majority of Ukrainians are siding with Russia in this fight, despite that clearly not being the case. It's unclear if the message is getting through, but many in Russia and worldwide are protesting the invasion. Ukraine, like many of the independent countries, has created stronger ties with the West, and the more they pull away from Russia, the more likely Vladimir Putin, Russia's president of the last 10 years, is to attack and attempt to regain control of those regions. Russia has been building up forces near Ukraine for the last year and finally invaded last week. The move has been strongly condemned by most of the world, and Russia has found itself with few allies in this fight. This isolation makes the idea of Third World War highly unlikely. Article 5 of NATO's founding treaty says that an attack on one member country is an attack on all. The first time this article was invoked was after the September 11th attacks on the U.S. NATO's response force, which is comprised of 40,000 highly trained troops, has now been activated for the first time in history. The U.S. has already sent 12,000 American soldiers to the surrounding regions for support and is sending another 7,000 troops, some of whom might join the response force. The U.S. and NATO has maintained the force will be there for support and not engage directly in fighting occurring with Ukraine. For now, the U.S.'s response has been to provide support, supplies, troops, weapons, and financial aid. We have aligned with many other countries to isolate and sanction Russia for its actions in Ukraine. This weekend, the U.S. and others agreed to partially ban some Russian institutions from SWIFT, which is a society that allows international banks to work with each other. Germany has also taken a strong stance in halting work on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which runs from Russia to Germany. Germany relies on Russia for about half of its natural gas supply, but its move is meant to hit Russia's finances from yet another angle. At present, Russia and Ukraine have sent delegations to begin peace talks at the Ukraine-Belarus border, but shelling and fighting continues. Once we know more about the outcome of those peace talks, we'll be sure to update you. For more information, consider visiting these news websites.
Hey Tiger Cubs, I'm Kyle, and I'll be your anchor for this week's episode. As usual, to start off the show, we have some ASB announcements.
Hi, I'm Rose. And I'm Silas. And together we're
ASB announcements!
Hi, I'm happy to see you today.
Me too.
And I was also happy to see all the wonderful home runs who participated in making a door tribute in honor of Black History Month.
Thank you so much.
For our final spotlight for Black History Month, we are focusing on
Shirley Chisholm. Shirley was the first African-American woman to serve in Congress, as well as the sole Black female congresswoman during the height of the Civil Rights Movement nearly 50 years ago. She broke barriers and championed causes such as improved education, health, and social services, as well as voiced her support in the fight to pass the Equal Rights Amendment.
In addition, she ran for president in 1972. She was the first Black candidate representing a major party and the first female nominee from the Democratic Party.
All these people spotlighted, and many others made a positive impact on society, and we still thank them today.
Thank you!
Thanks, guys. Now we have the results from this kickball tournament.
Welcome to SPMS Kickball. We kick things off with some clips of this past week's kickball games. Here's the bracket and schedule for the upcoming games. The match for third place will be on March 3rd during first lunch, and the championship will be on March 3rd where the Dinosaurs play the Big Boys during the second lunch. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome Tiger Cubs to this week's recap of sports. First, the boys soccer team had their game last Friday against La Cañada and won with a score of 3-1. Girls soccer also had their fourth game against Clifton on Thursday and won with a final score of 4-0. They also had their fifth game against La Cañada on Friday, but sadly came up short with a score of 3-1. That's all the sports news for this week.
Keep up the good work, Tiger Cubs. Next, you have a composting with Jar Jar.
The school has some upcoming rules about composting and recycling your trash, so I'm going to be giving you an overview. In the law, all businesses and residents will be required to separate organics and recyclable materials from trash. Regulations will take effect early 2022. This school is going to be having some green trash cans around the school that are for recyclable materials like food and compostable waste. What is recyclable? Any biodegradable materials like paper goods, cardboard containers, napkins, paper plates, and paper bags. You can also recycle food trash. Please do not recycle any plastic, glass, foam, metal, or rubber items. Look for the trash cans out around the school in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, my man. Composting is really important for the environment. And you remember that worm song from OSS? Just me? Cool. Here you have a special announcement from Vroman's Bookstore.
Hi Tiger Cubs, don't you love it when there are new books in the library for you to read? Want to help us get more? Shop at Vroman's Bookstore in Pasadena from February 28th to March 6th and bring the flyer. You can find it at our circulation desk or from your homeroom teacher. Your library gets 20% off of your total amount to buy cool new releases and keep our collection up to date. This can be anything from the bookstore, not just books. Take this flyer to Vroman's when you do your shopping. Ask your teachers for a copy today.
Make sure to get that split from your homeroom teacher. Now I have a cooking segment from Reese, and might I just say, it's choco-tastic.
Hey Tiger Cubs, it's Reese. Welcome back to another cooking and baking segment. On today's menu, we have homemade choco pies. And if you've never had choco pies before, they're a sweet snack cake consisting of 2 small round layers of cake with marshmallow filling and a sweet chocolate covering. To start, preheat your oven 320 degrees Fahrenheit and line 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. Heat your milk in a small saucepan while you whisk in your egg yolks, oil, and first part of sugar. Slowly add in your hot milk. Then add in your flour and baking powder. In another bowl, whisk your eggs in a second part of sugar until you get stiff peaks. Roll this into your other mixture and place it in the piping bag and pipe medium-sized circles on your pans and bake for 12 to 13 minutes. Meanwhile, start on your marshmallow filling by combining your gelatin powder and cold water in a small bowl. In a small saucepan, heat your sugar and corn syrup until it reaches 230 degrees Fahrenheit with cooking thermometer. Meanwhile, place your egg white in a stand mixer and pour the sugar syrup. Continue whipping while you mix your gelatin mixture in the microwave. Then, place in your gelatin mixture. Whip for 2 to 3 minutes, place in a piping bag and pipe on one side of your cake circles. Start your chocolate coating by placing your chocolate in the microwave for 30-second intervals until melted and stir in the vegetable oil. Dunk the marshmallow pie in the chocolate mixture and lift it out, place on your parchment paper pans, and let it refrigerate for an hour. You can find this recipe online if you look up homemade chocolate pie recipe or screenshot the list below. Thanks for baking with me. See you next time.
Those look amazing. Thanks, Reese. Next up, we have appreciating animals.
Hi! What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear!
Oh my god.
The spirit bear, otherwise known as the commode bear. These bears aren't albino, even if their color is a dusty white. This is because to be albino, they must have no pigment, so red eyes and white skin. But the spirit bears are subspecies of black bear and have pigment in their eyes and skin. So after that has been cleared up, these bears live in British Columbia. They are so rare that their total number of individuals is unknown, but they are thought to be around 400 in the wild. But due to habitat loss and their hunting numbers are decreasing. While standing 71 inches tall on their hind legs, male commode bears weigh around 450 pounds, while female spirit bears weigh about 300 pounds. But being a subspecies of a black bear, not all commode bears are the white color they are known for. Overall, these animals are artifacts of evolution and should be left to thrive in the wild.
Thanks, Joey. Moving on, we have the fashion feature of the week.
Amazon, I'm not actually sure, my grandma, and then Macy's. Thank you. What is your name? Andrea, give me a rundown of your outfit. I have my Amoeba shirt that I got at the Amoeba store in Hollywood and pajama pants. Evil eye necklace, and then this just beaded necklace. Well, I got the nice Cupid wings. They're kind of broken. The Cupid wings here that let me fly away, and then I have my bow, Avi, and there's this halo thing. Sorry, that was embarrassing. And then these like little heart things. So yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Hello, what are your names? My name's Amada. I'm Sol. So I have these white Converse shoes, a jean skirt, a belt, and then a white shirt. Black Converse, and then pink dress from Target. Thank you.
I should be on there. Jackets from Nike, shorts from Nike, shoes from Nike, socks from Nike. I guess that's it. Now we have old versus new with Ishan.
What is your name?
Max.
Alright, Max, what's your opinion on Kim Kardashian and Kanye West beefing right now? Kanye West is being creepy.
True. Let's go to the next person. What is your name?
Sean.
All right, Sean, what's your opinion on Kim Kardashian and Kanye West beefing right now?
I don't care about them.
Okay, let's go to the next person. What is your name?
Well,
All right, Will, what is your opinion on Kim Kardashian and Kanye West beefing right now?
they're both dumb.
All right, let's go to the next person. What's your opinion on Kim Kardashian and Kanye West beefing?
Kanye West songs are bad. Also, Kim Kardashian is fake.
Thanks, bro. Last we have News Minute and weather.
Hi, I'm Tiger with the Weekly News Minute. National news that trucker protesters have left California and are heading to Washington, D.C. over vaccine requirements. The National Guard is set to be deployed on March 1st. 700 troops are set to be deployed to protect traffic throughout the area of Washington, D.C. during the protest. In sports news, the LA Kings have made a rise in the ranking, coming back from their 5-year drought of being one of the worst in the West to a powerhouse worth respecting. On the other hand, the Lakers have taken a beating this season with the addition of Russell Westbrook, not doing much for the team because of the star power they already have. From LeBron James and the constant injuries Anthony Davis keeps sustaining, with the most recent being a grueling ankle sprain. In international news, Ukraine is in a state of emergency with the recent bombings and attacks from Russia and the leader Vladimir Putin. But for the full story, tune in next week for that. I'm Tiger. This has been the Weekly News Minute.
I'm Henry with this week's weather. Weather across the country has been crazy this week with unexpected snowstorms raging across the nation. Local weather this week is looking warm with a high of 84 degrees, but the weather is expected to mellow towards the end of the week with a low of 54 degrees.
To end off the show, we have bloopers. That's all for this week, Tiger Cubs. Bye.
Let's start the bloopers.
What's up, vlog?
It's me. And you don't have to post that. You just. Oh my god, it's so quiet. Because everyone's staring at you. Oh my god! This. Oh my god. It's impressive. Video rolling. I'm a worm. Uncharted was amazing.